well, two gigs in 1 week last week, 1 gig this week, so three altogether. So in the last 2 weeks, I will be doing like would have done 25 minutes of comedy because the slot that I did was 10 minutes, 10 minutes this week, and five. Hello, welcome back to Al Talks. This is an introduction video which will be featured in every episode after this one, but here we go. So this podcast is Al Talks. My name is Alex George. I am a stand-up comedian, and this podcast I created nearly 2 years ago to just basically chronicle my journey into starting stand-up. But there's other episodes that are nothing to do with stand-up. It's just interest that I have. So there'll be it's mainly based on comedy, but it is a general podcast as well. So if you want to support me, I have merchandise. This lovely podcast sticker here, Al Talks. You can buy that. If you would like to buy one, you can go into my social media. Links are all down below in the description on my link tree as well. You have access to everything. I have an Instagram page for the podcast. I have an Instagram page which is my personal one, but I use that for comedy, so you can check me out there, follow me there, and that is all. Episodes usually come out on Tuesday, but sometimes they might come out at other days during the week. And then on Thursdays, if I am around anywhere doing comedy gigs, I record comedy vlogs, so you can listen to those. They usually come out on Thursdays, and that's that. So yeah, all the links down below, link tree. I have Buy Me a Coffee now if you want to support me as well. Links for that down below as well in the description. Thanks for stopping by, thanks for watching, and now on to the episode. Hello, welcome back to the podcast. This could possibly be a long one because did lots of things last week. Oh Jesus, the microphone. So start off the week, I was so I did lots of things this week. Did two shows. Went to a play, which is this one, Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. Two of my friends were performing in that play. The cast is very small. It's basically four people, two married couples. It's very interesting. And then Friday was the show in the town local to me, which was interesting. We'll talk about more of that later on. And then Friday, a friend of mine's birthday party, and we were in school together. He turned 30, and it was more of a class reunion really than a birthday party, because a lot of people went to school but showed up. So we'll go through day by day. So on Monday, if you had watched the short video uploaded, which was the comedy vlog, I think from now on, I think I might have mentioned that I might be doing, they'll be switching comedy vlogs to shorts instead. It gives me I don't have to sit on the computer and edit it. I can do it just off my phone. It'll be easier for me to upload schedule wise and stuff like that, because I am getting fairly busy with comedy and other things like that. So just give me a bit of extra freedom, because I just do it off my phone rather than, it'll be easier and more convenient for myself. So I think from now on, the comedy vlogs will be shorts. And what do I want to do? Yeah, so on Monday I went down to, if you watch, the reason I mentioned the comedy vlog is because if you'd watched that short, you would have known that I wasn't sure which open mic I was going to do, because there's been a lot of people kind of signing up fairly early. So, but I ended up doing the Cheeky Monkey Comedy Club open mic. It was really good. 23 people performed that night, including myself. I killed. No short of word of explaining, I mean, it did really, really well. I decided to bring out an old joke and do it, and I had a brilliant response from the audience. Sorry about that, computer's just telling me things, but it was really, really good. I mean, it was incredible. Probably one of my better performances this year. Really happy with how it went. Just it was ecstatic. I felt like it was such a good performance. It's kind of surprised myself, to be honest, because it's kind of the same. Well, it's not the same routine that I usually do, but like I said, because I brought out an older joke that I hadn't done in a while. I think I've only ever done that once or twice before, anyway. So still, I suppose it's an older joke, but it's not one that I've done a lot of. So I suppose it's new in a way. What do? Yeah. So it was. I mean, it was brilliant. Really, really enjoyed myself. So that was the Monday, and then Thursday. Yeah, Thursday is when I went to this play. Which is, if you couldn't read that, the play is called "Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf?" Edward Albee. This play came out like 1962, so it's quite an old play. And like I said, two of my friends were in it. It's a quite a long play. It's like 2 hours, and it's nearly 3 hours long, basically. But it was very, very entertaining. Everyone who, like I said, the play is based on like two couples, George and Martha, and Honey and I think Nick. Yeah, Nick. The character of Martha was played by my friend Emer, and Nick was played by my friend John, who are brilliant musicians, both of them actually. And yeah, it was like I haven't been to a play since school, so there's been especially not that long of a play. But it was a really, really good experience. Very entertaining. Quite long, but like I couldn't imagine doing an hour performance play, learning all the lines, let alone one that lasts for nearly 3 hours. And it was an incredible performance put on by the staff at the theatre and stuff like that. Well done to everyone involved, because it's quite a huge. It was quite a huge production, ran for like I think it was like 8 days. So every single night, 3 hours per 8 days. It's a lot. And what else do I say? Yeah, so that was Thursday, and then Friday, big day. I actually forgot to record a comedy vlog for the day. So the gig, how should I put it? I'd say is another thing I forgot to talk about in the comedy terms video. If somebody says it's a live room, it means the audience are fairly rowdy and unruly, which is what happened in our show. Um, the audience they just would not shut up. It was very, very fucking annoying. They were disrupting all the acts. I got disrupted twice, and I think as well because when people have been destructive over there's heckles and stuff, um, it's you have to skirt a fine line between borderline kind of like funny and I don't know how, like basically you can't tell people just shut the fuck up. You had unless it's you try and have to be some sort of funny. But usually what I do usually works. Didn't that time because some people there clearly have never been to a comedy club before. They didn't understand how it worked, and they just kept talking. I said, usually I say when I talk, when I'm on, I said when I'm up here, I talk. You don't talk. Shut up. That usually works. It usually gets a laugh. It didn't that time. It kind of put the audience against me. I was getting interrupted during lead up to jokes. One of them, which is one of my best jokes I've ever written. So it was annoying, and I don't know if I bombed per se because people were laughing, but it was just the disruption was just kind of kept putting me off. It was very, yeah, but it wasn't great. Like I mean, even our headliner struggled to fucking get the crowd on his side. He did eventually, but it was very, very, it was a very difficult night. it was a lot of disruption and stuff like that. So it was I don't know, it wasn't great. But 2 gigs in 1 week, I haven't done that in a while, which was great. And then on that was the Friday. So on the Saturday, like I said, my friend's birthday party, who turned 30, which was pretty cool. And actually, where that birthday party was held was in the same place where I did the first show in the town local to me since basically the first comedy night there, and God knows how long. There's been one since, in a different, it's actually in a brewery in the town. But other than that, I mean, like I said, there's no comedy in the town close to me, so it's kind of. But there'll be another night in June, hopefully, and we should see how that goes. But definitely, we'll have to keep the crowd a bit more reined in because the disruption to the comics is not good. It was very very fucking annoying. But yeah, at the birthday party, it was cool because, like I said, it was more like a class reunion. There was a lot of people that hadn't seen it because I finished school like 2011, so it's like 12 years ago, and there's some people I haven't seen in 12 years. We got talking like, oh, what do you do now? I said, I'm actually a stand-up comedian, and I have a podcast. So like, what? Because I said the place where the birthday party was, it was where I draw on a show, and I pulled up my phone and showed pictures. Like, yeah, I did like a show here a year and a half ago, and they were like, wow, that's crazy. So it was really cool. Like, it was a couple of people that I hadn't seen in a while, and we were just chatting. And yeah, it was a pretty good night. So very eventful week last week. I am doing Mullingar this week on Thursday. This comes out Tuesday, so looking forward to that. Columbia Bar in Mullingar. One of my favourite rooms to perform in. So shall be having lots of fun. And then beyond that, I won't, like I was saying, the Cork gig has been, well, there's no more slots left for me, so I think in June I'll be performing Cork. Other than that, between now and June, I'll just be going up doing open mics. I might try and go up to Belfast and do an open mic there. First time, if I do go up, it'll be first time performing in Northern Ireland, so it'll be fun, something new. And then at that stage, I don't know what that is. Can I exit out of it? I had never seen that pop up before. It's like Windows, basically with Google circles used to be. That was weird. No, Windows, I don't want that. Leave me alone, please. And so yeah, I think I said it might be a long episode, but I'm gonna have to kind of end it there because I am somewhat time constricted today because I'll be fairly busy for the rest of the week. I will be re-releasing some of the comedy vlogs as short videos. I don't actually know how short videos come up in the feed on the channel. I need to have a look at that actually because I'm not sure how it works. I know it goes into like a thingy but anyway. And but yeah, so I think that's about pretty much it. So kind of to sum it up, two great one good gig, one difficult gig. I suppose, but like I said, it was 2 gigs in 1 week, which was great, and another one lined up this week. Well, two gigs in 1 week last week, 1 gig this week, so 3 altogether. So in the last 2 weeks, I will be doing would have done 25 minutes of comedy because the slot that I did was 10 minutes this week and 5. Well, went a bit over time at Cheeky Monkey Comedy Club, which was not great, but it didn't disrupt the show too much. And that's about it, really. So, as per usual, thank you for all the support. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And I shall see you all next week. Bye.